Hi guys, welcome back to AZ Droid Tech. My name is Haroon and today I have something different here for you. So I have my Nexus 6P here and I just wanted to do a quick review of the launcher that I use on my phone. It's called the Nova Launcher. I'm just gonna go into Google Play Store to show you guys what it is. I've been using the Nova Launcher for about 3 4 years now, since as long as I can remember. So this is the Nova Launcher. This is the free version, and you can also buy the Nova Launcher Prime for about $4 or $5, I believe. I got it on sale for $2 3 long time ago. But it's an amazing launcher compared to many other launchers out there. There are similar launchers with great features out there, but it all depends on your priority and what you're looking for. So I just want to quickly talk about this launcher, just go over different features in this launcher, and then you can decide if you really want to use this launcher or not. So under settings, the first thing here is the desktop. So the desktop under desktop grid, it allows you to basically choose how many lines of or rows and columns of apps or widgets you want to be able to choose. So I've selected 11 rows and 5 columns. You can change them to as many as you want, to up to 12 each. So let's do that, what happens, and see what happens. But before that, let me just also talk about the subgrade positioning here, which just allows snapping widgets or icons halfway through grid cells. I'll show you what this means. So let's go to our home screen. So this is what happens. So um, my home, all the icons here have moved across, and they've left space here for seven more apps, or some more apps that I can put on the home screen. So probably not the ideal setting for this device. It'll probably be useful for tablets and stuff. So I'm going to change it back to 5. You can go 4, 5, 6, even up to 7, and it'll be comfortably fit in on your screen. So that's what my settings look like right now. The subgrid positioning basically means that you can adjust your icons halfway through. So as you can see here, let me just take that out of the folder. It's not exactly a separate row. It's basically in the center of another row. So for example, the phone icon here, the Facebook, and the Nova Launcher settings icon are all in one row, and then these are the subgrades here. So that's something pretty cool depending on how you want to set up your screen. The next thing under desktop is the icon size and layout. So basically you can choose what icon size you need, and you can go from pretty small to pretty large. It all depends on your grid size. So as the smaller your grid size, the further increases icon size by reducing grid size. So if you reduce your grid size, you can increase your icon size. Pretty much that's what it is. So I keep it based on whatever I like. So for example, if I were to do at 124, the icons right now are pretty big. It all depends on your preference, what you like your icon size to be. I normally keep them around 90% or so. Second thing is you can choose to have labels underneath them. So here, if I were to turn this feature on, it'll show you exactly what app this is, and the name. So because it's my home screen, I know exactly what apps they are. I don't keep them, and just if you look at this setting here with the labels on, it actually looks pretty crowded, and I personally don't like this, especially if the app has a really long name. So I just disable it, and I just know exactly what the icon stands for. Also, you can change the color of your label. So for example, here it was white earlier, now it's purple or yellow or whatever you like to, and then you can also have a shadow of the text underneath. So this is turned off right now. Let's turn it on, and you can see under the calculator label here, it changes accordingly. Also, the single line here basically, as you can see here, Nova settings right now, the single line is activated, and so what happened with that is that it all the whole title will stay in on one single line, and now it'll, if it's a longer title, it'll move to the second line. But again, I'm going to turn this off because I don't need it. Then let's go to width padding. So what this is basically based on, so you can set small, medium, large, or none, and what it does is on your home screen it'll take that much space away, so you cannot have any icons in this area here because you've set a width padding on this side. You can do the same for the height padding as well. So if I were to go back here and I'm gonna choose none, and as you can see now I can go a little bit further on my home screen. So I keep it to none so I can use the full space on my screen. Same thing with height as well. So you can choose small or large, and it'll leave some gap on the top and bottom for you guys to, just for visuals. There's no other reason that I can think of for this setting. Now we also have persistent search bar, and what this does is basically it puts a Google search bar on all your home screens. So on all my home screens there's a persistent search bar, and it's not going to go away. It'll be there wherever you are on your home screen. You can just tap in on it and then go to your Google settings. So that's what it is for. I don't keep it just because I like to have my top empty, and Google, you can access Google just by tapping, or just if you have Marshmallow, just tapping and holding your home screen, or just swiping up from your home screen, and it should take you to Google. So that's what that is for. And then you also have options of different type of Google settings here. So the top one here is basically the new Google design, and then we have the older one, that the last update, and then and so on. These are some honeycomb and really old sorry, not the marshmallow, the gingerbread, and the previous versions of Google search. They're available as well. Let's go to Squirrel Effect. So this is one of my favorite features. Basically, when you swipe from one screen to another, you can choose to have a different scrolling effect, and I switch them time to time, just for fun. So let's try the flip feature and see how it works. So basically, it'll just flip your screen when you're transitioning through your screens, and that's a pretty neat animation there. But let me just change it back to, I don't remember what it was before. I think it was revolving door, but you can choose whatever you like. They're all pretty cool, and they all run really smoothly. So you can choose whatever you prefer. And let's go to the next option, wallpaper scrolling. So what this does is basically it'll scroll your wallpaper as you move through the screen. So for example, if I turn it off, right now my wallpaper is not changing. It keeps its location as it is. This is a live wallpaper, so you can see every time I tap on it, there's an effect on it, but that's just because it's live wallpaper. It doesn't have anything to do with this specific setting. Let's go back and turn it on this time. Under wallpaper scrolling, I'm going to do on, and this time when I scroll it, you'll see that the wallpaper moves with it. It's actually very subtle just because of the settings of the wallpaper. I'm actually going to change this wallpaper right now so we can actually see this feature in action. Let's just choose any random wallpaper here, and let's try this now. So as you can see, the wallpaper is moving. This is not the best wallpaper to show this, but you can see the wallpaper is moving as you move your screen from one screen to another. Next, let's talk about the infinite scroll. So what this does is, right now it's turned off. So what it does is when you reach your last page, it just doesn't go anywhere. Same thing on the other side, it'll just stay and then nothing. So when you turn on your infinite scroll option, what it does is basically takes you back to the first page again. So for example, I'm just scrolling through. When I go to the last page, it will take me to the other side, and I can keep going, and it will never stop. Basically, it won't stop me anywhere. I can go either way, and it'll just keep going. So that's a pretty neat feature too. I'm gonna leave it on for now. Then we have page indicators. So basically you have different types of indicators. There's a heavy dot in the center, and just regular dots, and then a line. Let's do the line here, and what it'll do is it puts a line here, right here on the bottom of the screen. As I scroll, it tells you the location of your home page. So basically I have this many screens right now, and based on where I am. It will tell me the location of my app, and it tells me how far I am from my last page, or so on and so on. So that's what it does. Then we can, as I mentioned, you can change it to any different type of indicator you want. You can have the dots as well, and you can change the color. So for example, let's do blue here, and you'll see that actually this is a really bad color to choose because the background is blue here. So let's try this again. This time let's try yellow. So you guys can see clearly. There you go. So on the bottom here you can see that there's a yellow um, um, page indicator that tells you where you are on each page. So that's just a visual cue for you guys to see. And then the add icon to home screen, this is basically every time you install a new app from the Play Store, it will add an icon to an empty page on your home screen. So right now all these apps that you see here on the top here, they're just, every time I install an app, it'll just start lining them up here on the bottom. The same setting can be found in Google Play Store as well, and that's why it normally asks you to enable that setting from the Google Play Store to be able to use this. So same setting here, add icon to home screen as well. Next up, we have the widget overlap. So what this does is basically, if you have multiple widgets, for example, let's pick this widget up and let's put it on top of this. It allows you to do this. It allows you to put a widget on top of another. Now this is useful if you have a widget which is taking a lot of space on top and bottom, and you just want to save some space and basically place another one really close by. So if I did not have the option, let me just turn it off to show you guys what I actually mean. If I were to turn this feature off, widget overlap, it wouldn't allow me to place this close to this guy. It just moved the other widget. Uh, so there's a gap between the time here and then the bottom widget. I can't place it close to this anymore. It'll just keep moving. It just won't, let me put it on top of this thing. So that's what the widget overlap does. Then we have let's turn it on. Overlap when placing basically allows you to overlap other stuff as well. So if you have icons, you can place them on top or bottom of the widgets as well. And you have the option to, if you press and hold, allows you to basically bring a certain widget or icon forward or send it to back, and you can set it accordingly as well. So that's a pretty neat feature there as well. Also, I should worth mentioning while I'm on the widgets page, when you have a certain widget that's let's say this one here, when you press and hold, there's an option for padding as well. So what this does is basically, if I press padding, it'll cut down some space on both sides there. You can still adjust your vertical length here, so it's still the same size vertically, but horizontally there's some gap on both sides. If I do some padding, it just basically takes the whole space. And so again, that's just for aesthetics for you guys to, whatever you guys prefer to have. Then we have the lock desktop. So basically what it does is, if you lock this, it won't allow you to make any changes. You cannot move anything. Doesn't matter how much you touch or hold. It just locks your desktop. So that's, if anyone's playing with your phone, you don't want them to be moving stuff around. Just you can lock your desktop. Shows shadow top and bottom. So when you turn this on, what happens is, this is very subtle. If I had a lighter background, it would be more apparent. So what it does is puts a shadow on the top and bottom of the display. Just a visual look. Let me just change my wallpaper to something light. See here. Just see if I can find a light wallpaper here. Well, let's see here. There are no light wallpapers. That's crazy. But anyway, I think it was pretty self-explanatory what I mean. You guys can try it out and see if how that works. I don't I couldn't find any light wallpapers. So let's just quickly go to the next part, app and widget drawers. So this is the next really cool thing. Drawer, same thing with the home screen. You can basically adjust how many apps you want on your in your app drawer. So everything is crowded just because of the setting that I have. I'm gonna change it back to, I don't know, let's just do two, just to show you guys what it looks like. So there's just two now. You can basically customize it however you like. There are a lot of options out there for this. Within this, other than the grid, you can also change it to landscape. So now what's gonna happen is your did I save it? 1 second. See that again. So this was landscape done, and now interesting, it's not allowing me to change it. I think that's because of my um, my setting here. So I'm just gonna go back and maybe change this, uh, and let's change it to landscape now. See what happens now. That's odd. I'm not sure why that's not working, but normally it does. It does allow you to go sideways as well, so it is a possibility. It's just not working right now. Um, but however, I'm just gonna go into same thing. The icon layout. You can also, just like the desktop, you can change your icon size here, and also the font labeling and everything. So that's also possible with this. Then oh, actually it's right here, app drawer style. Not sure why that wasn't working or what that does, but you can actually change it to horizontal and basically move sideways rather than vertically. So that's the option is present there for you guys. Then we have widget drawer style. So this is pretty cool. This basically allows you to group everything together. Um, Let me just see here. Let me also show you the app drawer style in list form. So basically it's just a list of apps now, just like Windows phones. For the widget drawer style, grouped horizontal and vertical. So what I've done is basically I've disabled an option here, which is why. So tab bar, for example, I'll come back to this in a minute, but what I'm going to show is basically it groups everything together for you. um, I'll come back to that in a minute. Let me just go back to the card background actually. So this was introduced in KitKat, KitKat or Lollipop, I believe. So what it does, it basically allows you to have that card look that came with KitKat. I'm gonna change it back to the regular drawer layout. So it was right here and it was vertical. So for example, but yeah, there you go. So it's just a different layout using your card style. Also, I should mention, when you pull down your app drawer, it allows you to search apps, whatever you need to search, and also the recently installed or updated apps would just appear on the top, so you can easily find them as well. So back into the app and widget drawer, now we also have enable fast scroll bar option. So when you swipe up or down, it'll basically increase the speed at how you're scrolling. The scroll accent color is basically this bar here, so the red bar here. This is the accent color, and um, the transition animation is again, you can choose what kind of animation comes up when you swipe up or swipe down. So for example, if I were to choose this circle vibe, what happens is it'll oh yes, so because I've chosen desktop, sorry, not desktop, the card background, it doesn't allow me to change this option, but now I can. So now this is the circle background. If you have the card background option selected, it won't allow you to change the transition animation. It'll just stick to the circle one, and that's it. You cannot change it, so you have to disable that to be able to use the other animations. It's just something you guys should know. Then we have again infinite scroll. You can keep going forever and ever, and it will never stop. The scroll effect within the app drawer, also just like the home screen where you could swipe between different screens and could have a different effect basically. So here we have the revolving door, but in the app drawer now, because it's a vertical setting, I can't choose the animation, but I'm gonna change it to horizontal. So you guys have to pay attention to these things. So now you can, because not everything works. Um, Everything is interrelated to you, so you have to have the right settings for different options in there to be able to use certain features. Then we have the search bar, so you can basically have a search bar in your uh, um, app drawer as well. And also pull to search, as I mentioned, you can pull down and search as well. So see how when I enabled this option, the tab bar automatically closed. So for example, I did this and this closed because you cannot choose either one of them, not both of them. Now this one turned off. The tab bar is actually pretty cool. I like this because it allows you to change if to view it in different ways. So now you have these app blocks here. Right now the widgets are disabled. Otherwise the widgets icon would also appear. Right now it says here, it says apps here on the top, but it would also say widgets, and then you can basically switch between different tabs. You can have more than one tab, and maybe you can say Google. You can put all the Google apps within that tab, and so on. So it allows you to arrange those instead of having folders. It allows you to arrange it with a tab setting. Then we have the menu actions. So in within app drawer, there's menu options here. So this setting here, you can go into Nova settings or Play Store directly from here. So that's what it allows you to do. This menu option would allow you to choose what you want to see in that section there. Also, drawer groups. You can hide apps. Any apps that you want, you can hide them. You can also customize your tabs. So here, this is where you would set up your different tabs. So for example, I'm going to add a Google, and then you can edit this, select apps, and maybe I'm just going to choose a bunch of random apps here. And I can also change color, so I'm going to use this random blue color. So now when I go here, the tab is blue on Google, white on apps. Pretty neat feature actually. Now let's go to dock. I haven't used dock for a really long time, because it takes so much space on the bottom. So when you add dock, what it does is basically it adds a new row here, and it stays here. So you can move all your screens, all your apps, but the bottom the dock stays as it is. You can change them as you want, and it just stays here. And it also adds a app drawer button here. So previously I had it set up as a gesture. Just I used to swipe up and it'll open my app drawer, sorry. But now I can just tap on this and get into there. You don't need the dock to have this button. You can add it in. So for example, if you were to hold this, go into widgets, under Nova Launcher. Where is my Nova Launcher? So Nova actions are right on the top here. So I can basically choose Nova action, put it on top, and choose whatever I want. So I can have an app drawer, I can have expand notifications. I can put this on. Once I tap it, it'll do that for you. So app drawer is already there, so I'm going to show you something different actually this time. Let's do expand notifications. So I have this button here now. I can just press this and it'll expand my notifications on the top. So pretty cool actually. But I honestly don't use this feature. You can also, doc also allows you to, you can have as many pages of docs as well. So let's say if I have two here, you can basically swipe through your docs too. So that's another option available for you. Then within docs, you can change the number of icons you want. You can have up to 7 or just 1. So it'll just show whatever number of doc icons you need on the bottom. I've chosen 3, so there's only 3 here now. Let's go back to dock, and again it allows you to change your icon size, your labeling, everything. You can do that as well in the dock. Width padding and height padding, I talked about that earlier as well. It allows you to do that, and infinite scroll is there too. Dock as overlay appear on top of desktop, works well with gestures to toggle the dock. Um, I haven't used this feature before actually. I'm not sure what it does. Oh, okay. It overlays on top of other apps. That's what it does. Basically, my other apps have moved down, and they've just come up on below the dock now. So that's what it did. Interesting. I've never used that before. Not sure why anyone would want to, but it's there for anyone who wants to use it. Then we have folders. So in folders, we have different types of folder settings. So you can have a stack, grid, fan, line. It doesn't mean anything. It's just how the folder will look when you have a folder on your desktop. So for example, this folder here, it's going to be really hard to actually see what it looks like. Right now it's set up to, I think, stack, so they're behind each other. But say if I were to change it to grid, what happens is basically it's now formed a grid of icons. So there's 4 icons here, and they all show up there. So that's what it does. It allows you to view your folder in a different way. Also, folder background, you can choose anything. So say I choose platform, and it'll change the folder, the way it's displayed. It's basically now the apps are sitting on a platform. So that's pretty cool too. And then again, you can use that in combination with the folder preview and folder background. So you can choose them as however you want to. So right now it shows you here with the platform, they're lined up in a different way. And if you were to choose circle, they just appear in a circle now. Transition animation, this is when you open the folder, how does it open? So for example, let's choose zoom. When I open the folder, it just zooms in and zooms out. That's what it'll do. Then also again, it allows you to choose your background and icon layout. The next part is the look and feel. This is the area where you can do a lot of customization as well. So icon theme, you can install an icon pack and just change your icon theme from there. Normalize icon size, basically what it does is there are some apps that have a big icon size compared to others, so you can just switch them to similar size, just so they all look the same. Otherwise they would just, some would look big, some would look small. So that's what it just did. It basically normalized all the apps so they look the same size. Now next we have the under look and feel, we have the scroll speed. So scroll speed is basically when you're scrolling through your different pages, it allows you to either choose relaxed and all the way up to faster than light. So basically you can enjoy your animation. You just scroll through very slowly. Your animation speed and your app opening animation, this is different actually. I'll go back to that come back to that in a minute. But these two here, for example, your scrolling speed here, it actually slows down quite a bit. So as you can see here, the animation is much slower than before. If I were to change it to say faster than light now, basically there is no animation. It just pops up, and you can choose your setting however you like to. App animation is basically how do you want to open an app. So for example, let's say slide up. So every time I open a particular app, say Play Store, it's gonna slide from the bottom up. Your Chrome is gonna slide up from the bottom. That's what it does. And basically, if I were to go back in there, and let me show you just another one. So slide left this time. Every time I open an app, it's gonna slide from the left side. That's what it does. Pretty cool. So you can basically modify that feature, that option there as well. Notification bar, so if you turn this on, the notification bar will appear on top. I had disabled it just because it looks cleaner. And then we have under look and feel, we also have transparent notification bar. So if I turn this off, basically now you have a black notification bar on the top. Before it was transparent, and you could see the background from behind the notification bar. Then we also have search as overlay. So this is again, it overlays above your search app. The next thing is gestures. So gestures allow you to basically, as I was swiping up or down, and using different gestures to open apps or do whatever actions you want to do. So I have swipe up to go to the app drawer. You can change it to anything you want. There's a lot of different actions here. You can also choose apps. So if I were to swipe up or down or whatever I choose, I can basically choose that particular, it'll just open that particular app. Additionally, you can set shortcuts. So there's a lot of other options here as well that you can use. Basically, you can open a contact, dial directly, or even message someone directly as well. So it does allow you to do all that. There's a lot of gestures out there in this app. Some of them are premium, so you're gonna have to have the Nova Prime option to use the gestures. I think all of them. So swipe up, swipe down. You can double tap. You can use your two fingers to swipe up or down. Pinch in, pinch out, and allows you to do different things. Right now I have pinch in to show all my screens, and my pinch out to go to my recents. But I just use this for recents anyway, so it doesn't matter. Also worth mentioning is when you remove the transparency from the notification bar, the transparency disappears below on your home buttons as well. So next we have this was gestures. Your OK Google hot word. So basically allows you to, when you say OK Google, it'll just open up your Google Now. That's what it does. And now we have the unread count badges. So for this you have to basically install a different app. I have the Tesla unread installed here. So once you turn that on, you can customize pretty much all aspects of it. You can choose where you want the unread count to appear. You can change the design, you can change the color, round, custom, whatever you want, and then your radius and everything. You can pretty much change everything on here. The text, the border and everything. And what it looks like is basically here on my email app. You can see here it says shows six notifications. That's what it basically will show you. And even I should just go into more detail into this. And basically under settings you can choose what kind of notifications you want. So even within Gmail you can choose different accounts and select for those. You can select other apps, and it allows you to, so under notification bar watchers, once you have the notification access allowed for this app, it will basically allow you to select any app and show you notifications for that particular app. So that's a neat feature if you like to have those notifications for Android all the time. The next thing is the last thing is the backup support and import settings. So in this setting here, you can basically back up your settings. So for a person like me who changes his phones quite often and wants to, after going through so much customization, wants to save everything, you can back up your changes. You can save it on your device, or upload it to your Dropbox or wherever you want to upload your Google Drive, and keep it there, and then you can just restore it whenever you want to, and it'll just come back to the same settings that you had before. So even if you're changing devices, it won't impact your thing. The only thing is you need to have all those apps installed, otherwise there's going to be gaps in between, missing apps if those apps are not even installed, but it saves the spot for them. Also, you can just reset to default if you're not sure if some setting messed up, your home screen or something, and you don't know how to fix it. You can just reset to default. It also allows you to import from another launcher. So say you were using another launcher and you had all your icons set up and your folder set up. You can just import it, and it'll just basically erase your current setting, and then just import it. It'll ask you to import it from another launcher, and you can just do that as well. And also it allows you to basically choose beta update. So you can choose that, and if whenever an update comes, even if it's not in the Play Store, it'll just notify you, and you can just update your Nova launcher accordingly. And then just an option to choose your default home, and that's pretty much it. In advanced settings here, we don't have much. Just error reporting. You can restart your launcher, and aggressive desktop is for this is to be honest for devices that were really old with at least less than 512 MB of RAM, and where it would just close your launcher just because there's not enough space. We'll just keep it in memory, but you don't need that option anymore just because it will always stay in memory because of the new smartphones that are available now. So that was just a detailed look at Nova Launcher and a different functionality that it offers. I hope that helped you guys a bit. If you have any questions, please post them below. I'll be happy to answer them. As always, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And if you have any special requests for any apps or any specific launchers that you would like me to review, even if they're paid, let me know and I'll do them for you. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.